Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to fold a pajarita, which means small bird in Spanish. It can stand up on its own. It's a really cool model, it's pretty elegant looking for how simple it is. But most of the time when I've seen people fold this, it looks like this. It has all these extra creases here, which aren't really necessary. So I'm going to show you how to fold one like this. It's slightly more difficult, but it's still pretty easy. You can also fold one that looks like this. If you start with the paper oriented the opposite way. But I'll be showing you one that looks like this. This model was also made pretty popular by the video game Heavy Rain. It was right on the cover of that. But we'll be using a 6-inch sheet of kami for this, and we'll start with the colored side up. Then we'll fold in half along both of the diagonals. So we'll bring this top left corner down to meet the bottom right corner. And just hold that in place and crease. And then unfold. And do the same thing along the other diagonal. Bring the top right corner down to meet the bottom left corner. And then crease. And then unfold. Now this step can be a little difficult, but what we're going to do is we're going to make a valley fold right here, which that bisects this half of the paper. So it's almost as if you were folding the paper into quarters like this, but we're only going to crease between the two diagonals. So to do that, start by folding this edge up and bring it up so that the edge aligns with the center of this X here. And hold that in place with one finger. And then before you crease anything, just make sure that each of these sides are lining up. And then you're going to crease just between the two diagonal creases. You can start in the center or start from either side, but just make sure you don't go past either of those creases. So it should look like that, and then unfold. And you can see how that works there. You're going to do the exact same thing on each of the other three sides. And it's easiest if you turn the paper as you go, so I'll rotate with each new crease. Bring that edge up to the center. Make sure it's lining up all around. Then crease. Stopping at those two diagonals. Then rotate again. Do the same thing here. And rotate one more time. And do the same thing here. And as you'll notice, that makes an X, or it makes a square around this X. So you should have a perfect square without any additional creases. And now turn that over. And then we'll bring just one point in to meet the center of this X here. So I'm taking the top left corner down to meet the center of the X. And then crease that. We're only going to do that with the one corner. You can unfold that. And now to collapse this, you're going to form a bunch of folds at once. But this square here And then the diagonals going out to the corners are all going to be mountain folds, and then the square inside of the X will be valley folds. So the easiest way I've found is if you pick two of these sides, squish those together, and then push down on the center of the X, and then bring these sides up to meet each other. So it should look like this. And then you're going to want to flatten most of this out. And for these two flaps that are sticking out here, you're going to want to flatten them down away from where this additional crease is that you have right here. So like this. And then flatten all of that down. Okay, and then for the final step, you're going to be reforming this crease here. And you'll just need to open the model out a little bit. And then you'll just flip that around. This point kind of inverts. Then you reform that fold. You should have all the creases in place already. And it should look like this. Then you just turn it around and you are all done.